For me, genealogy is like a treasure hunt.
It's actually fulfilled my life. I mean, it's giving me something that has become an obsession on my part, in that I'm really interested in my family now.
I think it's really interesting to think that all of these people that came before me somehow did something that made me who I am today and where I am today.
I actually wanted to know what caused each one of my ancestors to come to America, because they're coming from all over, what brought them. And I had found almost everybody but this family named Owens. In the meantime, my father is moving from one house to another house, and he's getting down boxes out of a garage. And as he gets them down, he finds an old law book that he had from Georgetown University. And when he opened it up, inside was a letter from his mother, who had been dead for many, many years. And inside the letter was all the information that I needed about the Owens family. And for me, wow.
My husband and I had a group of students on study abroad, and we had a couple of days that we could go do some research on his family's history in Somerset, England. And we knew we'd have to go into the parishes where they have the big, long, leather, tall books that had everybody listed. We had the name of the ancestor and the approximate time of his birth, and that he was a sailcloth maker. And so we went through the list and we had gone through hundreds and hundreds of names, and finally came onto this one name, and there it was, sailcloth maker. And it was just exciting. It was so exciting. We just, it just felt like celebrating, because this person had, all of a sudden come to life to us.
After World Vital Records launched more newspapers in their collection, I decided to look and see if I could find my great-grandfather, who has the same name as my father. And when I was searching for him, I found my dad, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather in all sorts of different articles. And I was able to find a story about my father and his 7th birthday party that was in Texas. And I didn't know that my dad had lived in Texas as a child, and I called him and talked to him and said, "Dad, I found this article about you when you turned 7, and so-and-so and so-and-so came to your birthday party." And he told me about it and told me his memories of that event, and we got to talk about him living in Texas.
I just was punching in names on World Vital Records after I joined, and one of my biggest hang-ups was Jacob Schell. And as I was punching in his name, I just thought, well, let's see where it goes. And they had a picture of his gravestone with all his information. Finally, after all those years, 25, to break down that wall just by finding his headstone right there.
My friend and neighbor has introduced me to World Vital Records, and now we can go in and just find hundreds of names. Then when I go to England, I can go to the place and just see the place they lived instead of spending the time searching.
Now through World Vital Records, it opens up my hundreds of thousands of hours in my lifetime now to people throughout the world who may never get to a specific library, who have not had the opportunities that I've had to travel, go from one archive to another. It puts that information out there for a world to access.
Connecting families, that's our mission, to help you connect with your family members, both those who have passed on as well as those who are living.
There's a kind of a strange word called the navel. The navel physically ties us to another human being, a vital connection. This work of tying families together tells us that that kind of vital connection is at all levels of the human family, that we're connected to every other human being. So if I have a bottom line, it's let's save the family. Let's save the human family by understanding how connected we really are.